Hello, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Do you run a food business from home? Can we talk? Hi, thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining my live today. It's good to have you. Can I say hi, please? Let me know who is on now. Hello, hi everyone. Thank you for joining in. I just want to talk about um, what is happening on my own end in regards to food business. Hello, hello. Um, Currently, it has been so interesting running a business from home. Do you have your own business? How is it going now? Yeah, it's quite interesting right here. For weeks now, let's say this month, I've not really gotten any order from my own end. Normally, I have orders coming in, not really that frequent, but orders normally coming. But this week, I don't know how it is on your own end. If you run any business from home, how is it going? How is it converting? But for me here, it's quite interesting. And as a result of that, I venture into so many other things. Apart from the food business I do from home, I also sell as in do a distribution to other people. I have a good freezer. So I deliver some like drinks to people that have a physical store and make sales and give me money on a daily basis. So this is how I get my own daily income. But apart from that, if I'm depending on the food business alone, it's quite interesting. Sometimes you get good orders coming in. Sometimes it's as if you're forgotten. But so many times I taught my customers, sometimes there are these people that normally orders every week. And when you don't see them, you don't feel like, what did I do the last time that made these people? Is it that the food was not nice? What exactly did I do that makes them not to order this week? But the truth is this: sometimes when I feel that the is as a result of the meal, oftentimes it's not because of that. Before I know it, sometimes you just get some orders too from that same people you're thinking that maybe something happened. That's why most times I don't really bother about those orders when I don't see them. I'll just assume that when the person needs me, they will call. But something happened. I have this customer that normally orders from abroad. So she called me, was it last 2 weeks? Yes, she called me last 2 weeks, and she wanted to order for food actually. So she called me and said, how much will it cost to cook a pot of food, a pot of soup, or her soup to be precisely. So I told her that there's nothing like a pot of soup because we have different sizes of soup. So I can't say that okay, some pride. I run a food business from home. Somebody's asking me who am I? I run a food business from home, and this is my experience this month, especially. So this woman, when she called, she said she wanted a pot of soup. So after reading the chat, I told her that there's nothing like pot of soup because we have different pots. We have small pots, we have medium pots, and we have big pots. So if you say pot of soup, I may not really know what you are talking about. So I told her that it can only go in liter. I can only tell you the price of the soups in liter. Like we have 3 liters, 5 liters, 10 liters. So anything aside from that, I cannot say that this is the price of a pot of soup. So she said, okay, how much is it? After I've given her the price range of those liters. So I told her that 3 liters because she wants a lot of protein inside that soup. That 3 liters goes for someone said my hair not real. Okay, I don't really understand what that means, but I think my hair is okay. So so when I told her the price, she said that she have people that will also deliver, that she has people that will give her at a cheaper rate. That was my last price. So I was like, she has never bargained this way before. And this particular thing is trying to put me, she's trying to put me in a tight corner. If I reduce the price, she will keep doing that because I had experience. I normally deliver to organizations. I deliver food to organizations most times. So I knew what happened the moment I start I start negotiating my price. I knew what happened. So that thought crossed my mind. And when she said she has other people that can give it to her at a cheaper rate, that was my last price. So I was like, what will I answer now? So I tried to see that the price is much. What will I do? Because I've already factored in a lot of things, the cost of the ingredients, the quality of food I'm going to deliver, and I'm not going to compromise the quality of the meal. So this is one thing I didn't want to do. So I I sent her a text and I told her that since you have other people that will give you at a cheaper rate, and I will advise you to go in for the people that will give you the best meal, right? The best, or anybody that gives you the best price, you can go ahead with the person. So she said, okay, that was the time she now told me that the order was not from her, that it was someone else that wanted the food, and she's negotiating on the person's behalf. So that's really like I was like, just imagine what would have happened if I allowed that negotiation. That means she would just automatically assume that I normally sell to her at a very high rate. But that answer I gave, I was so pleased with myself because she later told me that she told the person she was advertising my business, that she told the person that my meal are very nice and clean. So she was telling her about the order. So she now decided to place the order. So just imagine that I accepted it because I saw an order and I decided to accept. Just imagine what would have happened. She would have keep beating the price down to a point and they lose her as a customer. Because it has happened to me. I've lost a client for allowing her to, for just simple negotiation. On the norms, I give them the price as in price, a plate of food. If they are ordering, let's say for 20 people or something, I give like 10 to 15,000 naira per plate. Some people 20 something thousand. So it depends on the caliber or the kind of event you're holding. So I've I remember vividly when I negotiated the price, when I allowed that negotiation as a normal beating of down, they did not rest until, as in there's no price you will give that is they'll be satisfied. There will always be this there will always be this person that will not feel satisfied. They want to beat the price down, they want it to go down, they want to do everything possible to ensure that they always feel cheated. So you end up reducing, slashing the price until you don't have any price. So please, if you're running this business, or if you're running any business, be mindful of this. Anytime people come around to tell you that your price is too expensive, this one, that one, that just be careful. And I thank God for the kind of customers I have. Most times they don't negotiate. What they want is just quality. They'll just call me, hey, I want this, I have this set of, or this guest, I'm expecting this number of people, please can you make this meal. Most time the price is not always the problem. Those people that negotiate price a lot, they are the ones that will give it. They will never be satisfied. That's one thing with them. The problem is not actually the price. The problem is satisfaction. They are never satisfied. So you have to be very mindful of that, especially if you're running a food business, because that particular one taught me a lesson. Because at the same time, do you know sometimes they may end up not buying? Yes, they may end up not buying. So the problem, you realize that the problem is not actually the price, is the kind of people that come. So we should always pray that the right people come, right? Let the right people come and let the right people patronize our business. Because I know it will be far better than just having a casual or anyhow people trying to price us down. I don't know what are your experience? Have you ever experienced such? And what how did you tackle it? Yeah. Alright, like someone asked me who am I? I am a food business vendor. I run a business from home, and I'm also into crypto trading. Yes, I trade. I know it's a guy's thing, but I like things that looks a bit difficult. So I'm also into, apart from food business, I am also into trading, and I have some interesting experience. I started a journey, a challenge to maintain a particular to maintain a particular to follow a particular rule. Yes, to follow a particular structure for months, and I was able to do that for 60 days. And I also started another journey where I decide to risk a certain amount of money, not to risk the whole thing in all the trade, because I'm actually trading with low capital. I'm trading with $100. So I'm working on the risk aspect. I am working on the risk aspect. So I just said, let me give you guys a little hint of my experience this time. It's quite interesting. Food business is going on well, expecting customers. I'm expecting customers. I'm thinking in my head if I should have owned a physical store. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's nice having all of you here. Thank you so much for joining in, and God bless you. Thank you, and see you some other time. Bye. Have a nice day.